Good morning, children. Now we'll start the civic second lesson, that is central government. In the first lesson, we saw about our Indian Constitution. Do you remember the lesson, Indian Constitution? And now we are going to see the central government. There are two. Indian government is a federal government. Federal two. Understand? The central government as well as the state government. In second lesson, we are going to see about the central government. Central government, where is the central government? It is in New Delhi. Which is the capital of the India? Yes, very good. New Delhi is the capital of India. Which is the capital of Tamil Nadu? Yes, Chennai is the capital of Tamil Nadu. Okay, so we are going to see in this lesson about the central government. What are the salient features? What are the characters of the central government? Who are in the central government? What are the forms of government in central? We are going to see in this lesson. Okay, children? Now, here the central government is the supreme government in the country. The headquarters of the central government is in New Delhi. This is central government is the supreme government. What we can say? It is the supreme. Central government is the supreme government, and it is in where it is? It is in New Delhi, the capital of India. It is in New Delhi. Okay. And in the central government, it is having the character, that is plural in character. Central government is in a plural in character, that is the democracy as well as parliamentary type of government we are having in central government. There is two houses in parliament. Okay. The central government is the executive body. Executive na sovereign. Sovereign means supreme. Supreme body in the country. Understand? Sovereign in a country. Okay. So, in this central government, it is plural in character, and the central government consists of three organs. The central government it consists of three organs. That is union, executive, legislature, and judiciary. Say all of you. There are three organs. Three organs, namely union, executive, legislature, and judiciary. In the union executive, who are all in the union executive? The president. President is there, and vice president, and prime minister, and attorney general, or in this council of ministers. Ministers in this union executive. Understand? And this union legislature, in this there is a parliament in this union legislature. And there are two houses in the parliament. They are Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. There are two houses in the parliament. They are Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, two houses. Understand? And in this union judiciary, we have the Supreme Court of India. Supreme Court. And next to that, High Courts. In all the states, we have the High Courts. Have you all understood, children? So, this is the central government. Have you understand? What are the organs of central government? Here, this is organs. What are the organs of the central government? The union executive, this legislature, and judiciary. In the union executive, who are all in the union executive? The president, vice president, prime minister, and the council of ministers, attorney general, all are there in the union executive, the supreme, the sovereign. Understand? In the union legislature, this parliament is in the union legislature, and there are two houses in the parliament. They are the Rajya Sabha, the upper house, and Lok Sabha, the lower house. And in union judiciary, there is a great Supreme Court, Ucha Nidhi Mandram, like that. The Supreme Court is in New Delhi. This Supreme Court is called as the guardian of people, guardian of a constitution. Understand? And below that Supreme Court, there are high courts. In all the states, we have high courts. Below to that, all the district, we have district courts, subordinate courts, like that we will have. We can see in the next chapters, in the next paragraphs. One by one, we will see it now. First one, union judiciary, union executive. Here, who is the chief of the union executive? The president is the head of the union executive. We are going to see about the president. Here, this our president, who is our president now? Very good. Here, the first president of India was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. The first prime minister of India, who was the first prime minister? Very good. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was the first prime minister of India. Who is the first president of India? Yes, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the first president. Here, this president is called as the first citizen of India. He is the supreme leader, understand, to all the people, to all the forces of India, all the administration, all the government, judiciary, armed force, that is defense, all army, navy, air force, everything, they all comes under the control of the president only. Can you able to follow then? Okay. Here, this president is having, he is the first citizen of India, and he is control over all the powers. Okay. And now, who will be the president of India? What is the qualification for a person to become a president of India? ஒருத்தர் president ஆகணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் there should be some qualification for him. Understand? அது என்னென்ன, what are the qualification we'll see. First of all, the first qualification is he should be the citizen of India. ஒரு அமெரிக்கன் வந்து ஒரு president, நம்ம president ஆக முடியுமா? Not at all. Understand? So, whoever the president, he should be the citizen of India. The first point. The second point is, children, you all turn over page number 249. You just take page number 248. You have this, the tabular column, this picture. Understand? You can see the central government. Miss Board la varanjirkanla, you can see in this picture. Okay. And you just take page number 249. In this, have this, the qualification of the president. First qualification, he should be the citizen of India. Second one, he should be completed the age of 35 years. Understand? He should be completed 35 years of age, and he should not hold office any in central government or in state government. In the government office, he should not work. எந்த வேலையிலையும் இருக்கக்கூடாது. Understand? And he should not be the member of the Lok Sabha. If he is the member of Lok Sabha, he has to resign. Understand? He has to resign from the posting, and he will be elected as the president. Okay? And he or she, maybe Pratibha Patil நம்ம பார்த்தோம், அவங்களாம் என்ன லேடி பிரசிடென்ட் இருந்திருக்காங்க. So, he or she should be elected by at least 10 members from the electoral college. Understand? முன்மொழியிறது வழிமொழியிறதுன்னு சொல்கிறாங்கல்ல, ஃபஸ்ட்டாக யார் சொல்லணும்? First, he should be proposed at least by 10 electors, and secondary, by the electoral college. Okay, so these are all the qualification of the Supreme Court. And if he will be the member of any legislature, any public office, any state government office, any central government office, he has to vacate. he has to resign from the job and he will be stand for the election. Understand? Presidential ku avaru nikkalam. Okay, so these are all the qualification of the president. Now we are going to see about the election of the president. What are the election? How he is a president will elected. Okay, this president is elected by an electoral college. Now we are seeing about the president. So he is elected by the electoral college. And the electoral college who are the consist of yarella elected electoral college the elected members of both the houses in the parliament, the Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. So the electoral college, what is electoral college? In the electoral college, the people yarella adula irukanga, first both the houses, both the members of houses, Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. Next yaar irukanga appdin paathom sonna, the national elected members of both the houses of the parliament and the elected members of the states, and the third one elected members of National Capital Territory of Delhi. National Capital Delhi and Pondicherry. So they will be in the electoral college. Understand? And this president will be appointed by the Chief Justice of India. இவருக்கு யார் appointment கொடுக்கிறது? இவர் win பண்ணிடுறார். இப்போ ஒருத்தர் நின்று எலெக்ஷனில் நின்று பிரசிடென்ட் ஆயிடுறாருன்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? அவருக்கு யார் பதவி பிரமாணம் சொல்வோம்ல, யார் அந்த பிரசிடென்ஷியல் அந்த போஸ்டிங் யார் அவருக்கு கொடுக்கறது? த சீஃப் ஜஸ்டிஸ் ஆஃப் இந்தியா. Understand? And this president will be the person will be a president for minimum 5 years. Understand? 5 years he will be the president. And if the president is become ill before the completion of years, 5 years kulla avaru oda mudiyala appdinu sonna, he can resign his job, he can resign his post, and another president will be appointed, elected by the electoral college. Can you able to follow, children? So the minimum years which the president should be appdin partha, that is 5 years. And now powers of the president. What are the powers? We'll see. First one, executive powers. Executive powers. He is having Article 77 requires the every executive Article 77 exhibits the powers of the president. Here executive power means the special power, the supreme power. Understand? What are all the supreme powers? Here the president only should appoint the prime minister. Understand? இப்போ எலெக்ஷன் நடக்குது. ஓகே, இந்த எலெக்ஷனில் எனி ஒன் பார்ட்டி வில் won in the election. So among them one person should be the prime minister. Okay, so that prime minister will be appointed by the president. Okay, and other the MPs, the member of the parliament, the people, the members, they are also They are also on the consent of this Prime Minister. This President only should appoint all the members also. Okay, and he is responsible for the appointments of the governors of the state. Banwarilal இப்ப நம்மளுக்கு இருக்காரு. Understand? He is the governor of the state. So, all the governors of the state, இப்போ நம்மளோட ஸ்டேட்டில் இருந்த தமிழிசை சவுந்தரராஜன் நீங்கள் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? பிஜேபியோட லீடராக இருந்தாங்க. அவங்க நவ் ஷீ இஸ் த கவர்னர் ஆஃப் தெலுங்கானா ஆந்திர பிரதேஷ் தெலுங்கானா ரெண்டாக டிவைட் ஆச்சுல, அதில் இப்போ அவங்க ஷீ இஸ் த கவர்னர். Understand? So, all the governors also will appoint by the president only. And the Chief Justice and other judges of the Supreme Court, they are also appointed by the governor only. And the Attorney General and the Controller of the Auditor General, the Chief Election Commissioner and the electoral officers, all the Union Public Service ambassadors, who are all called ambassadors, வெளியுறவுத்துறை அமைச்சர், the foreign ambassadors. ஒரு கண்ட்ரிக்கும் நம்ம ஒரு ஃபாரின் அம்பாசிடர் வச்சுருப்போம். அமெரிக்காவுக்கு, ஸோ அமெரிக்காவோட அஃபேர்ஸ் எல்லாம் அவர் தான் என்ன பண்ணுவார், அமெரிக்காவுக்கு போக வர. ஹீ ஒன்லி வில் சி ஆல் த அஃபேர்ஸ் பிட்வீன் இந்தியா அண்ட் அமெரிக்கா. ஜப்பானுக்கு ஒரு அம்பாசிடர் இருப்பார். ஸோ ஹீ வில் பி இன்சார்ஜ் ஆஃப் ஆல் த மேட்டர்ஸ் இன் பிட்வீன் வாட் ஆர் ஆல் திஸ் between India and Japan. Understand? So, all the ambassadors also will appoint by the president only. Understand? Then, High Commissioner to the High Courts, all these other countries. So, all the supreme works, all the appointments will be done by the president only. So, he is the first citizen of India, I told you, and all the important executive powers are in the hands of this president. Understand? All the appointments will be done by the president. So, this is all appointments. I told you that Prime Minister and other member of the ministers, Attorney General and Supreme Court judge, High Court judges and all the governors, everybody, they will be appointed by this president only. This is the executive power of the president. And next one, legislature power of the president. What are the legislative powers? We'll see now. Legislative powers of the president. Here, the parliament. Here I told you that legislature there is a parliament. There are two houses in parliament. They are Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha. Two houses I told you. So, the first session of the parliament will be headed by the president only. Ipa parliament ready ஆயிடுச்சு. Okay. The Prime Minister and the Vice President, all the members of the parliament, everybody, they are appointed, they are elected. அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டா, the first session, the first meeting will be conducted, no, at that time. The first session will be inaugurated by this president. This is the legislative, this is the great power of the president. Understand? And every year, not only this first session should be headed by the president, and also every year, 5 years term la varpangala, every year the first session will be conducted by headed by the president only. And at least he should attend twice in a year. Understand? The parliamentary meeting la he should attend at least twice in a year. And he should give the messages, important messages about the country. He should give to both the houses, that is Rajya Sabha as well as the Lok Sabha. Then only it will become law of acts. It is called as law of acts. He is the head of the parliament, I told you, and all the laws should be assent in a sign. Without the knowledge of the president, no act will become law. எந்த ஆக்டுமே என்ன சட்டமாக முடியாது. And next what we can see, all the money bills, all the money bills, the budget I told you, we know, all the money bills should get signed by the president. Understand? Then only it will become law. And the money bills, if they have to produce first only in Lok Sabha. The money bills should not produce in Rajya Sabha first. It should produce in Lok Sabha only. Okay. So, all the money bills should get assent. Assent means sign. Signed by the president. So, the legislative powers is what? The main important power is the parliament. He should be the head of the parliament, and all the act, laws should be signed by this president. Then only it will become a law. And all the money bills should be signed. Then only it will pass on in both the houses, that is Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. Understand? All the money bills. And he will be nominate 12 persons to Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha. And these 12 persons should be scholars in the field of arts, science, technology, doctors, lecturers, lawyers, teachers, but they should be the scholars. So, 12 persons will be nominated. அவர் யாரையும் கேட்கவே வேண்டாம். அவங்க 12 ராஜ்ய சபாவில் இவ்வளோ பேர் இருக்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னால், அதில் 12 பர்சன்ஸில் இருக்கிற யாரை வேணால் அவர் என்ன பண்ணலாம்? ஹீ கேன் அப்பாயிண்ட். அவரோட இஷ்டப்படி. அதான் நாமினேஷன்னா ஹீ ஷுட் நாட் ஆன்சரபிள் டு எனிபடி. என்ன இஷ்டம், நான் இவரை அப்பாயிண்ட் பண்ண போகிறேன். ஹீ இஸ் வெரி மச் அ ஸ்காலர் இன் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ். ஹீ இஸ் த ஸ்காலர் இன் சயின்ஸ். நான் இவரை அப்பாயிண்ட் பண்ண போகிறேன் அப்படின்றது இட்ஸ் என்ன பிரசிடெண்ட்டோட நாமினேஷன். அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? 12 persons. He can nominate 12 persons to Rajya Sabha. Understand? And he can appoint 2 Anglo-Indian members to Lok Sabha. 12 persons to Rajya Sabha and 2 Anglo-Indians. 2 Anglo-Indians to Lok Sabha. He can nominate 2 Anglo-Indians to Lok Sabha. Understand? Okay. So, these are all the legislative powers of the president. First என்ன பார்த்தோம்? The executive powers of the president and legislative powers of the president. Now, we'll see about the financial powers of the president. Third one. First one and second one, shall I write it here? The financial power. Finance, சொல்றோம்ல. What are the financial powers? All the annual budget. Annual budget should be should be signed by the Lok Sabha. This is president. All the finance bill. Understand? All the annual budget. Every year, the annual budget should assent by the president only. After this only, it will pass to the Lok Sabha, then it will go on to Rajya Sabha, and it will announced by the government, central government. So, annual budget should be assent by the president. This is very important. Another thing is, all the financial settlement should be appointed. All the financial settlement should be get permission from this president. Understand? Financial settlement, all the with other, we are having the contact with the other, the trade, export and import, the financial settlement with other countries, no? So, all it should get permission from the president only. Understand? This is another financial power. Another one, all the contingency power, finance. See all of you, contingency. Contingency. Contingency funds. That means, for an example, any natural calamity happen, so at that time the government will give allot some money to that state. For an example, nowadays you all know we are in the what we can say, the plague, that is a great virus, COVID-19. The whole of the world we are suffering. In India also we are suffering. Many people, they lost their life, and for this COVID-19 they are providing the face mask, they are providing us, and they are giving medicine to the people, food, and in all the government hospitals they are providing everything, and the doctors, the nurses, everybody, they are struggling. We the people all over the world, we are struggling with this COVID-19, the coronavirus 19 காக ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுறோம். So இந்த நேரத்தில் the president is giving, the prime minister is giving some funds to each and every state. இவ்வளோ கோடி கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க, 1000 கோடி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, 800 crores they given to the state அப்படின்னு நம்ம பார்க்குறோம். Understand, each and every state. So that fund is, emergency fund is called as contingency fund. Understand, during any calamity, எந்த ஒரு இயற்கை சீரழிவு, இயற்கை பேரழிவு சொல்கிறோம்ல, அது வரும்போது கொடுக்கறது தான் இந்த contingency funds. It should given by this, he is the in charge of this fund. All the demand should be granted by this president only. Understand? And the finance commission will appoint by the president every 5 years. 5 years. So these are all the financial powers. Then next one is judicial powers. What are the judicial powers? What is judicial, children? Justice. நீதித்துறை சொல்கிறோம்ல, justice. That is judicial powers. Judicial powers what we can say, if any person has committed any crime அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். Understand? If he killed any man, if he is a murderer, he can appeal to the president for the pardon. மன்னிப்பு கேட்குறாங்கன்னு சொல்கிறோம்ல, அதை என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, சப்போஸ் அவருக்கு ஹேங் பண்ணணும், தூக்கு கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு, if the high court and even the supreme court, if they gave the punishment to a person as to be hanged அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா, அந்த பர்சன் என்ன பண்ணா, he can appeal to the president for the pardon. எனக்கு மன்னிச்சிருங்க, நான் இந்த மாதிரி ஏதோ ஒரு இதில் செஞ்சிட்டேன் அப்படின்ட்டு அப்பீல் பண்ண உடனே பிரசிடென்ட் என்ன சொல்வார், அகெயின் ஹில் சே டு த சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட் அண்ட் ஹை கோர்ட் ஜட்ஜஸ் டு ரிவைஸ் ஆல் த கேசஸ். அகெயின் ரிவைஸ் பண்ணுங்கள், ரீகால் பண்ணுங்கள், அகெயின் அதுக்கெல்லாம் கோர்ட்டில் வாதாடி திருப்பி என்ன பண்ணலாம். ஸோ அந்த பவர், ஒரு சாகிறதுக்கே ஒப்பு கொடுத்துட்டாங்க, இனி அவனுக்கு இதுதான் சாகணும் அப்படின்னு, ஹேங் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்ற ஒரு டெத் பெனல் கொடுத்துட்டாங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னால், he can appeal to the president and even the president can pardon the murderer. அவரே மன்னிக்கலாமா, the president மன்னிக்கலாமா. That is the great power in the hands of the president. Have you understand, children? And reprieves and repeats, emission, punishment, all the punishment, whatever it may be. Understand? So all the punishment, it will the persons will apply to the appeal to the president, and the president can pardon over the punishment those who are having. Understand? So these are all the powers. He can pardon even the murderer. And the fifth one is military power. What is military power? In military we have the defense forces, army, navy and air force. Defense forces ku ivar da supreme commander of the defense force. Here our president is the supreme commander of the defense force. In the military என்னெல்லாம் இருக்கு, there is army, navy and air force. Understand? So கப்பற்படை எல்லாத்துக்குமே என்ன, he is a president, is a supreme commander of the defense force. Then next one, diplomatic powers. Diplomatic powers. What are the diplomatic powers? The president should appoint the Indian diplomats, the scholars or ambassadors to any other country. எந்த அமெரிக்கா கூட, ஜப்பான், சைனா, எந்த கண்ட்ரி கூடயும் ஒரு அம்பாசிடர், வெளியுறவுத்துறை அமைச்சர், in Tamil we can say no, அவங்கள அப்பாயிண்ட் பண்ணுறது யார்? Our president only. So he is having the diplomatic power. All the ambassadors designation should be given by the this president only, and all the agreements between India and other countries should assent by the president. Agreement should be signed by the president only with the foreign states. Okay, so these are all about the diplomatic powers. And the last one, emergency powers. Emergency powers. What are the emergency powers? This emergency, national emergency, if any calamities is happening, earthquake வந்துச்சு, வல்கனோ வந்துச்சு, ஸோ எல்லாம் ஸ்டாப் பண்ணணும். இப்போ நம்ம இது பார்த்தோம், COVID-19, ஸோ முழு ஊரடங்கு பண்ணாங்க இல்லை? அந்த பவர்ஸ் எல்லாம் பிரசிடென்ட் கிட்ட கேட்ட பிறகு தான் பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் வில் அனௌன்ஸ் இட். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் கால்ட் அன் எமர்ஜென்சி பவர். அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? முழு ஊரடங்கு திடீர்னு போட்டுடுறாங்க. அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? திருப்பி ஊரடங்கு வருமா என்னன்னு நமக்கு தெரியல. ஸோ இதுதான் வந்து என்னது? எமர்ஜென்சி பவர்ஸ். ஸோ தீஸ் ஆர் ஆல் த பவர்ஸ் ஆஃப் த president. Understand? Next, how ஒரு பிரசிடெண்ட்டாக இருக்காரு, how he will be removed from the office. ஒரு பிரசிடெண்ட்டாக இருக்கிறவரை எப்படி பிரசிடெண்ட்டாக இல்லாமல் தடுக்கலாம், எடுத்துடலாம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா, ஒன்று வந்து ஃபஸ்ட்டு he himself will resign from the post because of his illness. அவரே ரொம்ப சிக்காயிட்டாரு, அப்படியே ரொம்ப படுக்கை ஆகிட்டார், அவரால் எந்த ஒர்க் பண்ண முடியுமா, இந்தியாவை கவனிக்க முடியுமா? ஸோ அவரே என்ன பண்ணிடுவார்? he himself will resign from the post. That is one case. Another one, if he did any wrong impeachment, he will be impeached by the judiciary. அவர் எந்த நாட்டுக்காவது, வெளியுறவு எந்த ஃபாரின் கண்ட்ரிக்காவது நம்மளுடைய நாட்டு ரகசியங்களை சொல்லிடுறாரு, இனி இல்லீகல், if he did any illegal activity with other foreign countries, understand, any illegal activity within India, he will be impeached by the judiciary. Understand? That is called as impeachment. The president will be impeachment by the judiciary. Understand? And these are all the what we can say, removal of the president. Okay, and the 1/4 of the Lok Sabha, the parliament, I told you 2 houses, Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. So அந்த impeachment சும்மா யாராவது ஒருத்தர் வந்து சொன்னால் உடனே பிரசிடெண்ட்ல அந்த எடுத்துட மாட்டாங்க. அந்த லோக் சபா, ராஜ்ய சபாவில் இருக்கிற டுகெதரில் இருக்கிற ஆல் த மெம்பர்ஸ் ஆஃப் த பார்லிமெண்ட், அதில் இருக்க மெம்பர்ஸ் அட்லீஸ்ட் 1/4, 1/4 ஆஃப் த மெம்பர்ஸ் ஷுட் சே எஸ், அவர் வந்து இந்த தப்பு பண்ணியிருக்காரு, இல்லீகலி he did this, so he should not be continue as the president அப்படின்னு சொன்ன பிறகு தான் he will be taken over from the president post. Understand? He should vacate from the office of the presidentship. Okay, so and also what we can say, till 5 years the president will be act as a president till 5 years he completed. In between, if he fell ill, he can resign from the job, or else if he did any illegal activity, he will be impeached by the parliament. Understand? So these are all about this, the powers of the president. What are the powers we saw? First one, executive powers. Second one, legislative powers. Third one, financial powers. Fourth one, judicial powers. Fifth one, military powers. And the sixth one, diplomatic power. Have you all understand, children? So these are all about the powers and functions of the president. I told you that president is the first citizen of India. அவர் தான் first. Understand? And like president in the central, all in state we have the governors. What are all the powers which the president is having in the central? All the powers are in the hands of the governors in state. அங்கே சென்ட்ரலில் பிரசிடென்ட் மாதிரி இங்கே ஸ்டேட், அங்கே சென்ட்ரலில் பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் மாதிரி இங்கே சிஎம், சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர். Okay, in the next paragraph, In the next chapters, we can see about the vice president. President kapra next vice president is the power. Then prime minister. Along with that, we will see about the ministers of the members, that is the MPs and the MLAs, and about the parliament, the two houses, Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha, what are all the powers, what is the term of office for them, everything we'll see in the next chapter. Okay, thank you children.